friends, thanks so much for tuning into my channel. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thanks so much for your support. And if you're a first time viewer, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you decided to stop by today. So today's video is about my experience over the past 21 days with plant-based eating and intermittent fasting. The past 3 weeks have been successful for me, let me start by saying that, with plant-based eating and intermittent fasting. And like many things in my life, I am usually most successful with something that I have taken the time to study and then made a steadfast commitment to. That's just how things kind of work for me. Sometimes I'm successful with really spontaneous things, but even with the spontaneous things, they usually stem out of something that I've been preparing for, even if I didn't know I was preparing for it. So let's go all the way back to the very end of 2015, top of 2016. Around that time, I spent some time watching documentaries and pulling out books that I had. I even ordered a new book or two with an emphasis on plant-based eating. I wanted to read up on it and to just baptize my mind again into why it would be best for me to give the lifestyle a try. And so, top of 2016, the first few days, I spent like 2 or 3 days literally watching every Netflix documentary there was on plant-based eating. If I think of any more after I film the video, I'll list them in the description box. But I watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead 1 and 2. I watched Vegucated. I think I watched Cowspiracy at that point. There's a couple of them, but so I watched those two, and then I also I just went on to, you know how Netflix is. You watch one thing, there's more suggested videos on that topic. So I probably watched 5 or 6 videos on why plant-based eating is just the right thing to do. So fast forward throughout that year of 2016, I did some different things. I tested out some different things. One of those things was Whole30, and I documented my Whole30 journey. I didn't do every day, but what I did was I showed how I prepared for it, and then I came back and I talked to you about what my results were. I even shared why I was doing it in the first place. So there are 3 different videos on my channel about Whole30. I'll link those in the description box just in case you want to watch them if you haven't seen them yet. It was great for me, but it's designed to be done for 30 days. But after the 30 days were over, slowly but surely, I went back into my regular pattern of regular eating. And so I was still interested in plant-based eating, so you know, I watch a video here or there. I watched several YouTubers who had started their plant-based journey. One in particular, Janelle B. Stewart, I watched her video on going vegan and her entire family going vegan. And she's posted so many videos sharing her journey as a vegan. Videos where she talked about her diet, what she would eat every day, and then, you know, from there I found other YouTubers as well that were further along in their journey. And one of those is High Carb Hannah. I followed her. There's another lady, her name is Melissa, and her channel name has Raw in it, but right now I don't remember the channel name, but I still follow her, so I'll make sure that I link her in the description box too. And I think I went 10 days just plant-based eating just to do it. I wasn't really making a commitment to doing it then. I was just trying it out to see how I felt. And, you know, I was inspired by what I was watching. But I wasn't inspired at that point to make a commitment to actually living that kind of lifestyle. Yeah, that was almost 2 years ago, because now we're at the end of 2017. Before Thanksgiving came, I already had in my mind that I was going to take the leap and actually do it. And so week 1, like I said, I started the Monday after Thanksgiving, and if I'm not mistaken, that was November the 27th. For week 1, I did the plant-based diet, and I was very regular at the gym. For week 2, it's a little under the weather, so I fell off with the gym, but I maintained a plant-based diet, and I have been studying up on intermittent fasting. I started intermittent fasting. So for the first week, it was just plant-based diet in the gym. The second and third week, it was plant-based diet and intermittent fasting. Today's Monday, and I'm entering into my 4th week. So week 4, everything comes together. Alright, so I'm explaining all of this because it kind of helps you get a picture of my process. And for people who are like me, I feel like for people who are like me, I feel like it's helpful for you to know that it's okay to take your time going into something. It's okay to make incremental progress, to walk into something gradually, as long as it's with intentionality. The third thing that I want to make sure I include in what I'm telling you guys and what I've been doing. I've been using the Lose It app. So there it is. Yeah, I'm using the Lose It app. It helps you to track your macros, your macronutrients. So, and you can set goals in it of how many grams of protein you want to aim for the day, how many grams of carbs, how many grams of fat, how many grams of sodium you want to have in a day. So the app has been invaluable to me in this process because I do want to get enough of what I need in my body. So the Lose It app has been great. But plant-based eating alone, without actually paying attention to what I'm taking in, that's not going to help me reach my goals, my particular goals. It's helped me to pay attention to what I'm eating. I think that's probably the best thing about using any type of app. It doesn't have to be the Lose It app. It can be the Fitness Pal app. It can be, if you have a Fitbit, the Fitbit app does a lot of this stuff too. There's different ways. The best part about using any app is that you're checking. You're paying attention to what you're eating. For me, paying attention to what I'm eating helps me to develop new habits so that I can get to the point where, it's pretty seamless. I don't have to think hard about, what am I going to eat today? Or, I ate too much today. Or, I didn't eat enough. Like, the app literally tells me. Like, for example, there was one day where I wasn't purposely trying to malnourish myself, but the app told me, because at the end of the day there's a little circle that you can tap on and it says I'm done logging. So that's like a final tally for the day. And one day I tapped it saying I'm done because I was done eating for the day. And like a little warning flash, and it said it's suggested that you eat at least 1,200 calories a day. So it's like the app is letting you know, like, if you're being ridiculous with what you're eating, if you're not eating enough. I can come back and actually do a step-by-step walkthrough with the Lose It app if it will encourage you to use it, because I think it's invaluable to someone who's trying to have a healthier diet. Intermittent fasting. So I watched videos, I tried to look up articles and stuff, and there were so many, and some of them were rather complicated. What I really found is that intermittent fasting is just a name for something that has been suggested all along. Has anyone ever told you, make sure you've eaten all of your meals by 5 or all of your meals by 6? Or, you hear people say, oh, it's too late to be eating. Well, if you stop eating at 5 p.m. and you don't eat again until the next morning at 9 a.m., well, you've gone 14 hours without eating. Or if you don't eat the next morning until 10 or 11, you've gone 16 hours without eating. And it's just regular. It's normal. You get up, you have your breakfast, your snack, your lunch, your snack, your dinner, and then you're done by 5. All intermittent fasting is intentionally choosing an amount of time you want to go without eating, and choosing times that fit your lifestyle. So for me, I've decided that I would eat my meals, depending on the day, between 1 and 9 or between 2 and 10. So that gives me an 8-hour eating window. So I get all 1,600 of my calories in, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, in that 8-hour window. And then the other 16 hours, 8 or 9 of which I'm sleeping. So you can read up on what is actually happening in the body, the whole cell restoration and all of that, and what's happening with your digestive system. Look into that if you're interested. Long story short, it's working for me and I feel good. I feel really good. In 21 days, I lost about 9 pounds. And like I said, only 1 week out of the 3 weeks was I actually getting a regular workout. I've seen that people have lost much more than that without working out. But most of those people have said that at a certain point, they started to work out and they became motivated to work out. For me, working out is already something that I'm motivated to do. So I'm just adding that back in with the elements of plant-based eating and intermittent fasting. I've lost weight before. I'm 5'11", and so my 5'11" frame has allowed me to get away with carrying more weight than I need to carry. I'm in a space where I don't want to carry it anymore. And if you're someone who's, I guess what you could refer to as a stewer, you kind of get something and you let it stew before you act on it or before it becomes ingrained. It's okay. It's okay. You'll get to the point where it's like, oh, okay, it's time to do something. It's been a process for me. I'm just grateful to be in a place of self-acceptance and self-awareness where I can use what I've learned about myself and change, grow. And so getting my physical to the next phase of health for me is including a plant-based diet and just being accountable. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of went off on one there, and I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you're interested in knowing more about intermittent fasting or plant-based diets, there are so many resources out there. You guys know that already. I will place in the description box some of the resources that helped me to start my journey. I will continue to share with you my progress. What I would love for you to let me know in the comment section below is if you're interested in me sharing more of my journey. I'm just sharing a start for you now, and because this is a long-term thing, you know, it won't be like Whole30 where it's just 30 days worth of information to share. So yeah, if you guys are interested in me sharing like how many pounds I'm down once a month or even weekly, I weigh daily, if not daily, every 2 to 3 days now. I didn't do that before. I've lost weight before and I only weighed once a week. There were times where I only weighed once a month. But because I want this to be like an everyday lifestyle, trying to figure out my rhythms, my patterns, what works best for my mind, my body, and my situation. So if you're interested in knowing more, if you want me to share my journey, if you want to see it, I'll share it. So I will end this video here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I appreciate your support, and I am looking to see my channel grow tremendously over the next year. Thank you for all of those who are already subscribed to my channel. If you're not yet subscribed, you can do so now. Chat with me. Let me know what some of your health and fitness goals are coming out of 2017 as you're reflecting, and going into 2018 as you are preparing yourself. So let me know what those things are in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And share it with your friends. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I will be sure to answer those. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.